If you want a new high quality flashlight, but you don't want something that is this chunky, it's a good thing that WUBEN just released the X5 right here. Look at the size difference. This is more on par with like a typical household flashlight, but it's a lot better. I'm going to talk about the differences between the X1 Pro and the X5, and then I'm going to talk about my favorite features of the X5, demonstrate it a little bit compared to a typical home flashlight. And then a little bit later in the video, I'll talk about where I think they could improve a little bit or some things that I'm not really quite fond of with this product. Now, first of all, this just looks like it's a flashlight from the future. So right off the bat, it is rechargeable, which is nice. You don't have to replace the batteries all the time, which is my biggest foil when it comes to regular household flashlights. It's got a like, cool USB-C port here that is covered up with that little switch right there. It has a built-in belt loop right there, so you can easily take it around with you wherever you need to, so that you have it in case of emergencies or any household situations that you need it for. Now, to make the flashlight work, it's got the buttons on the back here. It's got, you can either just slightly push it to do like quick bursts like that, or you can press it and it'll stay on. This mode that I have it on here, let's see if it's the blacklight version right here. So it has a blacklight on it, and then it also has the regular light, obviously. And it just has this little dial here to select between the different functions. And you can also lock it so that it can't be used. It's locked right now. It will not turn on. So another cool thing is that this has a laser pointer. I'm not going to point the laser directly at the camera, but you'll be able to see it over here. There's the laser pointer right there. So it's really neat to have a laser pointer and a flashlight at the same time. You can have them both on at the same time. I haven't run into many situations where I needed both, but if you are trying to mess with your cat and also see her in the dark, I guess you could use that. I don't know all the reasons why you would need that function. This has 5 levels of brightness, and I'll go through all of them right now. The lowest setting is on right now. You can't really tell on the wall yet, but you go to number 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is definitely going to blind someone. Definitely hurts the eyes if you look straight into it, so don't do that, please. This thing is going to go up to 1300 lumens, whereas the X1 Pro goes up to like 12,000. So definite power difference here, but for your regular everyday needs, this is definitely going to get the job done. It's also bright enough if you're going out into the woods or if you're camping or something like that. Like, this is not a weenie little flashlight. It's not comparable to a household flashlight. It's just so much more powerful. All right, so most people are typically going to be using a cell phone for their flashlight. So I'm going to compare it with an iPhone flashlight real quick. Here's the phone. That's the flashlight. We're in our basement right now. It's the darkest area of our house. And then let's try out the WUBEN X5. That is the brightest setting, so obviously it's going to be so much brighter than an iPhone flashlight, which is what most people are using these days. There's the brightest setting. It might as well be daylight in here. That is how powerful this flashlight is. It's about half the size of the X1 Pro, so it's much easier to carry around with you on a day-to-day basis. If you don't like the belt clip, you can take it off. I really like the lock feature because I don't like accidentally pushing the buttons when it's in my pocket. One other thing to note is that if you need to replace the batteries, you can do so. You just unlock it in the back here and it pops out right there. This is what the battery looks like, and then it just pops right back in and you can lock that. So yeah, this is a really awesome flashlight. I use this a little bit more often these days because it's so much smaller than the X1 Pro. If you get both of these things, you won't really need a new flashlight for a really long time because they're both just that versatile. But yeah, you're going to get a lot of use and functionality out of this X5 from WUBEN. I just love this flashlight. It feels like a flashlight from the future. I feel badass when I'm using it. It clips to your belt. It's easy to carry around. Like, it's just a no-brainer product to buy, especially if you're in the market for a flashlight. So go pick up one for yourself. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But before you check out, make sure to scope out my Amazon storefront to see if there are any other products that catch your eye over there. I talk about products ranging from lifestyle products, style, gaming, hygiene, all types of stuff. So go browse the storefront, see if there's anything else that catches your eye that you might need to buy as well, and then you can go check out.